Brother Ben, thank you very much for talking to us today. What was your initial involvement in this project?
Well, I come as part of a delegation from Plum Village representing our teacher, the Venerable Thich Nhat Hanh, many very wonderful teacher who's been from Vietnam, and we've come as part of that. We were invited by the Pope from Bishop Sanchez. He came to Plum Village, and so we're here to share in this event and witness, and our representative signed along with the other spiritual leaders. Yeah.
Why do you think that slavery still exists in this day and age?
I think slavery in its many forms exists largely because of a lack of spiritual anchoring, in the sense that we've lost our way spiritually. We haven't got a good direction for ourselves. We've lost touch with our compassion. We disconnect from. We have certain peoples and areas where we disconnect, and we think it's not part of where we should be compassionate. I heard somebody sharing that they know of people with slaves, and they treat their own children, very compassionately, but they have a disconnect when it comes to the people they have enslaved.
So do you think fundamentally that the existence of slavery is a moral failing of humanity?
I think it's, and it comes down to looking into ourselves to see where this is coming from, this capacity to disconnect ourselves from each other, also from Mother Earth and from animals. We also have 70 billion animals die every year just so we can enjoy some food, and this is kind of part of the problem, what we're doing with the environment. I think it was the Orthodox Bartholomew who gave a wonderful talk, and he says it's part of the two sides of the same coin. What we're doing to the environment, what we're doing to our fellow animal species, and what is happening in terms of slavery in the world. And I feel, so this is it's a very, as many of the people have shared, there's so many aspects to the issue in terms of social, economic, and as well as at root, it's a spiritual issue, because everything we do, all of our actions, whether they are in the worldly realm of being in business, or at root, all our actions, they have an effect, and they come from, we are spiritual beings, but we're disconnected from that sometimes, so we're just in touch with these kind of more basal desires for comfort and for security, thinking that money and power will bring us happiness and security. Mm-hmm. And it turns out that when we really get engaged with ourselves and work together to have a simple life, we're much more happy. When we do things for humanity and for the better of the world. Mm-hmm. When we're just out for ourselves and just focused on ourselves as individuals, or just a small group that we consider, us, that's when we actually cause ourselves suffering.
Brother Ben, thank you very much.
Yeah, I'd like to give a message also for those that are in the situation of slavery or being oppressed. One of our main teachers' main message is: don't allow yourself to be destroyed by the violence and the oppression from the outside. Jesus said, "Forgive them, for they know not what they do." And this is also true. This is very true in this case. If you're in a situation where you're being oppressed, stay in touch with your compassion for yourself, and know that you are not alone. That people care And I think if there's one message for all the spiritual leaders to come together now, it's a message: we care and we witness to your suffering, and we don't want you to be destroyed by what's happening to you, and trust you have to go deep and find your spiritual truth, and don't allow yourself to succumb to the hatred and the violence.
Good, thank you very much.